to this section on creative writing. So remember, creative writing is compulsory as part of a Growsmart competition. And for this, you will need 3 learners from either grades 4, 5, or 6. And I did say either grades 4, 5, or 6. Don't discount your learners in grade 4 because we have had winners of our story writing competition who actually come from grade 4. Once you have selected your 3 learners, what do you need to do? Register them. Without you registering them, we don't know that they are competing in this competition. So please ensure that you register every single learner. When you register them, please ensure that we have their POP documents signed. That needs to come back to us so that we can ensure that we've got everything that we need for this learner to compete in the competition. It needs to be signed by either their guardian or their parent. Please ensure that you send this back to our office. All right, so let's say you have your 3 learners. What next? You would have received a pack for your story writing. What does this pack include? Well, it's going to have your creative writing workbook. And in addition to that, it's going to have all the things that you need to help ensure that you can decorate it. Drawings, with whatever it is you need, we will supply you with all of that. So this year, you're only given 1 book. There's only 1 workbook. Previously, you would have received a book for your final and the creative workbook. Nope, we've done away with that. Everything that you do will be done in the workbook. All right, so let's start from scratch. In order to be able to do this, you are going to need to select a topic. We will send you a list of what the topics are for story writing. Once your learner has selected the topic, we need to make sure that we help them through this process. So just a couple of reminders: no plagiarism, and ensure that you keep to the word count for that particular grade. And what are all the extra things that we have made sure that we've done to help you through this process? Well, in addition to your actual launch document, which explains everything that you need to know for how to run this competition, you have videos that you can go to on our websites. So please make sure that you utilize all our material. We also have powwow sessions. So if you're not sure of what to do, come and join us for that powwow session. And if you can't wait that long, please email us, pick up the phone. We're on the other side. We're here to support you every step of the way. All right, so let's get back to what it is that we need to do. You've got the workbook. What does the learner need to do in that workbook? They need to work through step by step. And what have we done? We've included mind maps, character development, and a section for them to do a draft of their story before they do their final work. All right, the mind maps. There is a video that tells you how to use a mind map and guides both you and your learner in terms of what is expected for your mind map when doing creative writing. Please be sure to watch all our videos. So step 1 is to work through the mind map. Once your learner has worked through the mind maps, there is one to help them with plot and plan, and then there's another that goes a little bit deeper into your story. Once you've completed the mind maps, you will then go on to character development. In the character development, it really helps your learner describe who their characters are that they are using in their story. From our character development, we then actually have a section for them to start their scribbles. We've got a notes page as well. Make sure that they are using all of what is available to them to then start their draft story. You've got a couple of pages in your workbook to start that draft story, to do the blurb. What is the blurb? Just the summary of what that story is about. And then also for them to start practicing what illustrations they think are most suited to their story. Once you've completed all of this, make sure that it all links. Whatever you've done in your mind map needs to be used in your story. Whatever you've written down in character development needs to be pulled through to that final story as well. So once you've done your draft, you are going to review and edit. Mentor, that's where you come in. Make sure you're guiding your learner through this process. so that they know how to improve their story and take it to another level. So you can't write the story for them, but absolutely you can give them tips on how to write a better story, checking that grammar and the spelling, and perhaps giving them a couple of tips along the way. Once they have completed this process in terms of their draft, they will then move on to the pages that says Final Story. For the final story, they will have all their final illustrations and their final work that will be written in that. We will be marking the story in that workbook. So you will be returning your workbook to us so that we can check the process that has been followed in terms of how that mind map has been used. Has the character development been used? Where did we take that information, pull it through to our draft story? How did we edit and review, and then take that to our final story? We will be checking all of that. The matrix that helps you check to see what we will be marking the story on is included in your launch booklet. Please check that as your guide so that you know how we will be marking that story. So once we have concluded that, you've written the best story ever. We are looking forward to reading your story. But you're not done yet, because the other part of Creative Writing Workbook that is included, that is a compulsory section for you to do, is the book review. So if you look at the last 6 pages in the book, it is all about your book review. There are 3 books that need to be read by your learner. We explain what the different genres are and what it is that they may like reading. They have to give us a list of what those 3 books are. Once they have done that, they will page over and find that there is a section for 3 different book reviews. We will ask them a couple of questions in that to see how they enjoyed their books that they have read, and would they recommend that book to another learner, a friend, or would they actually want to end up buying that book. Remember, guide them, show them where the libraries are, that they know where it is that they can find reading material. If they are short of reading material, there's also our Growsmart newspaper. So please make sure that we show them all the different ways that they can find books to read. Once they have completed the book review process, their booklet is now officially completed. Please make sure in the front you have completed your learner's name, their word count for their story, and more importantly, what school they are from. This booklet will be returned to a Growsmart office, and it will be given to you directly through our communication. It will also be mentioned in our launch booklet. So if you're not sure what to do with your completed book, please check your launch booklet. All the information is in there. And not only that, there is a due date. This year's book needs to be in by the 15th of May 2022. So think of the date that you're watching this on. You have got until the 15th of May 2022 to submit your final work. So let's go back to that date. That does not mean we're going to start this the week before. What we'd really love to see is the child work through this process and take as much time as they need to write their best version of their story. The other thing that's really great about this workbook is that you don't only need to use it for the 3 participating learners. This is a tool for you as a mentor to use in your classroom, that you can use this anytime you are teaching creative writing. Please enjoy this workbook with us and enjoy teaching creative writing to your learners using this new resource. Until next time, we'll chat again.